And this exciting episode is entitled, I'm 77 and abundantly happy. Yes, I don't know how it crept up, but I am 77 years old and I'm very, very happy. And I want to give you a snapshot of my life right now. Maybe it will inspire you. Maybe it'll encourage you to do some of the things that I'm doing to stay young. So I'm going to divide my little talk today into the categories of relationally, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, physiologically, financially, and aesthetically. Those are the different areas of my life, and maybe you don't understand some of those words, but I'll explain it all. So relationally, I am dear friends with some of the most famous people in the world. Dr. Nito Cobain, who is president of High Point University, my dear, dear friend for 30 years, Jack Canfield, who was the star of the movie The Secret, and Marcy Shimoff, who was the star of the movie The Secret, and Dr. John Gray, who wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and so many other world-famous people, Robert Kiyosaki, T. Harv Eker. I'm so blessed that I know these wonderful people and they inspire my life. Mentally, I'm alert. At age 77, I'm completely alert. I'm very fast thinking. I have a very high IQ. According to one test called the OCA test, I'm 134, which is way up in the top few percent. In fact, when I was young, I did the official Mensa IQ test, and my IQ was in the top 2%, and I was admitted to Mensa. And my hobby is playing Boggle online. It's a very fast-paced, timed word game requiring flexibility of thinking, speed, high knowledge of English, very fast hand-eye coordination, and I'm really, really good at it. Even at my age, you can't beat me. Physically, I'm very strong. I can teach for 8 hours a day for 3 days in a row and still be eager and refreshed and come home and play with my wife or my cat or even do more work. I can bike 2 hours, I can run for half an hour, and I can walk up 100 flights of stairs, and I can do a 2 to 5 minute plank anytime I want. Wow. Spiritually, I obey the spiritual laws, and as a result, my life unfolds beautifully. Many people don't know what the spiritual laws are, and so they break them because they don't know what they are, and it injures your physical universe. See, if you break a law of the physical universe, like don't stop at red lights, then eventually a truck will come the other direction and smash you. So if you break a law of the physical universe, even if you don't know what it is, or even if you do know what it is, you get injured. Well, it's even worse. If you break the laws of the spiritual universe, you get injured in the physical universe. And I know what many of the laws are of the spiritual universe, and I obey them, and my life is wonderful as I'm showing you in this video, in this episode. Emotionally, I'm happy, I'm upbeat, I'm cheerful practically all the time, and I enjoy a sweet, loving marriage, a blessed relationship with my daughter Emma, a hugely improved relationship with my daughter Julianne. We've had some troubles in the past, but now we're in a great relationship. I have 2 sweet, wonderful granddaughters that I'm in great relationship, and a dear friend of mine, Chunmai and Rashmi in London, England, have a daughter, Gia, and I'm like totally in love with her. She's about 2 years old now, and I just have so many wonderful relationships. There are about 10 employees in my company, the Raymond Aaron Group. 3 of us have been together for 25 years. I love them. They love me. I have 100,000 names on my database, and most of them love me. After 38 years on stage, there's almost nothing bad about me anywhere in the internet. So emotionally, I feel so uplifted. Physiologically, at my age of 77, I have no ailments that hold me back. I practically never get ill. I don't remember having an accident, I don't know, in the last 10 years, maybe even more. My weight is down 13 pounds since the lockdown started. And I have an issue called atrial fibrillation, which means the top part of my heart suddenly, instead of beating normally, suddenly starts beating at like at 300 beats a minute. It's crazy. And that's gone. It's just gone. It just went away. And I know that because I have a pacemaker. And when I go to the pacemaker clinic, they read the pacemaker. It has a memory. And they tell me, the atrial fibrillation has gone away. And you might say, well, don't you have an ailment in your heart and that's why you have to have a pacemaker? I don't say I have no ailments. What I say is I have no ailments that hold me back. So I have arrhythmia in my heart, but with the pacemaker, it all works perfectly. I have high blood pressure, but recently it's dropped considerably, and now it seems to be normal. Like things seem to be getting better. Financially, my annual income has doubled since the lockdown started. Doubled. Most people are going bankrupt or committing suicide. And what happened to me? Well, more people attend my seminars because they can attend by Zoom wherever they are in the world instead of waiting for a year or two for me to come to a city near them. And my expenses have dropped because normally if I give a presentation somewhere far away like Perth, Australia, or Bali, or London, England, then I have to fly there business class, and that's expensive. And then I have to pay for parking, and I have to pay for hotel bedrooms and hotel food. And then, of course, I have to pay for the hotel ballroom and the staff at the back of the room to take care of everything. But by Zoom, there's no expenses. And because more people can attend, there's higher revenue. Higher revenue and no expenses. My income has doubled since the lockdown. Wow. Wow. And my investments are spectacular. I bought a log cabin way out in the wilderness. It's gorgeous. It's 3-story. It has 3 fireplaces, which you can see from anywhere in the log cabin. And there's an indoor sauna. There's an outdoor hot tub. And we have our own river with a waterfall. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And we bought it for roughly $1.5 million. And it was appraised by the insurance company recently at $2.5 million in less than a year. And we're doing $250,000 worth of renovations. We're just, gutting the inside and totally renewing it. And our interior decorator said that when you do $250,000 of renovations his way, that it'll increase the value of the home by $1 million. So we bought it for $1.5 million. It's already worth $2.5 million. And pretty soon, when the renovations are over in a month or so, it'll be worth $3.5 million. $3.5 million. We just bought it less than a year ago at 1.5. Made $2 million. In Canada, you don't pay income tax on the appreciation of the value of your own home. So in less than a year, I've made $2 million tax free. Wow, that's just on my home. And I have lots of other pieces of real estate, and they're doing extremely well. In fact, of all the many pieces of real estate I own, all of them are free and clear. That means no mortgage. There's one of them that has a fixed mortgage on it, so I can't pay it off, but that's a small property. And my other major investment is cryptocurrency. And in the last 2 months, my large investment in cryptocurrency has doubled. So financially, everything's going well. And aesthetically, that means beauty. I'm surrounded by exquisite beauty. My log cabin, the flowers that bloom each week in different colors around our property. My gorgeous wife, she's so beautiful and she dances so elegantly. My exquisite Tesla S car. My daughters, my brand new granddaughter, the deer that come and visit us, the other animals that visit us. My dedicated staff, which is all women. I have one man, he's in charge of money. Otherwise, everyone on my staff is a woman and gorgeous. I'm so uplifted when I see my staff, and I'm just surrounded by so much beauty. And so as far as relational capital is concerned, and mentally and physically and spiritually and emotionally and physiologically and financially and aesthetically, that's the snapshot of my life today, my birthday, my 77th birthday. That's the snapshot of my life. I love my life and I love every single aspect of it. And I seem to be getting better. I seem to be able to live a bigger, happier, more fulfilled life every single year. I seem to be able to challenge and excite and educate my 100,000 clients around the world better and better and better. I'm uplifted by my dear famous friends that I learn so much from, and they learn from me. I can't imagine anyone being any happier than I am today. Not just because it's my birthday and you're supposed to be happy and eat cake. I mean, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And whatever I'm doing, if you want to have a life like mine, take one of my courses and I'll teach you all you need to know. Anyways, I love you and I'm glad that you are in my life. And if you enjoy this episode, then please like it like crazy and reply and tell me you love me, and that'll make me even happier. Thank you.